fist flew at Hagen quickly, like a burst of rapid fire. Pack 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 pack. Hagen focused very hard. She began a special sword technique. Her movements became much faster, and her sword made graceful curves in the air as she fought. But the attacks were too fast, and she had to use all her strength just to protect herself. Each hit was strong enough to seriously hurt her if it connected. Clang! 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 That's it, just like that. Clang! The angel was having fun quickly hitting Hayen, with punches that most people couldn't even see. Hayen was slowly pushed backward, and she was covered in sweat. Maybe it was the sweat, or maybe she was getting tired, but her hands became slippery, and one of the angel's attacks got through her defenses. It was a really bad mistake. The punch she didn't block hit her shoulder with a loud crack. Hayen quickly stepped back and squeezed her teeth together. Because her bone was broken, her shoulder felt numb. She was upset that her left arm didn't seem to work anymore as it hung there. She let out a shaky laugh. Was that all? Was this everything you have got? The angel didn't wait and quickly attacked her, not giving her any chance to rest. The fight between them started again. Clang! 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 Clang had only just managed to defend herself with both hands before, so it was hard to fight the angel statue with only one. With each hit, she became more bruised and hurt. Bang! Crash! Bang! She felt bones breaking and skin tearing. Then a really strong hit landed. Wham! The statue struck her stomach, and it knocked her feet up into the air as she coughed. Ugh. She bent over and went flying backwards. She couldn't stop herself from falling. The angel didn't want to play anymore with her. It moved closer to Hayen to end the fight, and made its hand into a sharp point aimed at her chest. Then, a bright blue light appeared around her, and Hayen's eyes opened wide as she fell. She spun around, moving her sword quickly, and the angel stopped suddenly, tilting its head back to avoid the blade. The tip of the sword almost touched its eyes. A small cut appeared on its face. After successfully hitting the angel, Hayen found her balance and landed on both feet. Because of a quickly cast healing spell, she had avoided danger. But what helped one person might not help another. A spinning sound. The angel statue turned to find where the healing spell came from. Oh no! Hayen shouted. Move. The main healer, who was casting spells from behind the protectors, jumped at Hayen's warning. What? But when he turned to look at Hayen, he saw the angel statue right in front of him. Oh, the main healer's mouth fell open. Quickly the angel statue did to him exactly what he had been planning to do to Chugong. Bang! The healer's head hit the ground. His legs moved a little before going still. No. The hunters around the angel statue quickly moved toward it, upset that their enemy was too strong for them to defeat. Boom! Each time the angel statue punched, a strong hunter was beaten. This isn't enjoyable. It wasn't enjoyable for anyone involved. When the powerful creature decided it was finished, it showed no kindness. As fewer and fewer players attacked from behind, the group of players protecting the team from the other statues and the giant statue quickly fell apart. Everything was total chaos. The situation changed so quickly. Suddenly the enormous statue dodged the vehicles and powerfully struck the ground, destroying two other hunters. Stone statues holding weapons surrounded the remaining hunters, and started to move closer. Oh no! Hayen quickly defeated 4 of the statues, and then ran in front of the angel to protect her. Stopping it was the most important thing to her, but the angel easily stopped her sword with its arm, and kicked her. Ouch! Now that the angel really wanted to finish the fight, she couldn't hold it back anymore. After seeing Hayen fall, Chugong grabbed Jinchul's shoulder. Jinchul had just defeated another statue when he was suddenly surprised. I'll try to get their attention, and you wake up Hunter Sung. It's the only thing we can do right now. What? Isn't he still out? No, actually he's asleep. His breathing is normal, and his magical energy is steady. He doesn't even have a single injury. Did someone put a sleeping spell on him? Chugong thought the angel statue might be protecting Jinwoo because it was afraid of what would happen if he woke up. He didn't understand what the king's sleep meant, but he noticed how much the angel tried to defend Jinwoo, so he guessed that another hunter waking up would be really bad. Hurry, Jinchul understood what he meant. Chugong used all his magical power, and a big ring of fire appeared around his hands, shooting flames everywhere. The fiery objects burst when they hit things. Whoosh, 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 boom, kaboom, boom. Of course the statues looked to see what was making all the noise, while Chugong distracted them. Jinchul hurried to Jinwoo. He hoped Chugong's idea was right. While Chugong and Jinchul worked together to wake up Jinwoo, the angel statue stood over Hyen, who was on the ground, and having trouble breathing. She had a broken rib from the kick, and as she tried to reach for her sword, the angel stepped on her arm. It snapped. She cried out in pain. The statue had already defeated those who could heal wounds, and she was too hurt to keep fighting. The last dangerous human was about to be defeated. The angel laughed and raised its hand like a sword again. This is the end. Hagen kept breathing heavily and stared at the angel who was going to finish her off. She knew it was probably over, but she still didn't want to give up. She thought the angel looked a lot like Jinwoo Sung. She remembered his eyes had the same strong, fiery look when they first met. The angel smiled and reached toward Hyen's chest, but then it stopped right before touching her. The stone statue of the angel moved back a little bit. A hidden soldier was standing in Hyen's shadow. Because of the rules of the room, the soldier couldn't come out, but it was still there. Hyen was confused by the clear surprise on her enemy's face. What was happening? It could have defeated her just a moment ago, but it seemed to be pausing, and that's exactly what it was doing. The king had sent a soldier into this person, but why? Maybe Jinwoo was responsible, not the king, but the king and this person were connected. Even just a little. How could the angel statue tell the difference between what the king wanted and what Jinwoo wanted? If the king had sent the shadow soldier to Hain, the angel couldn't do as it pleased with her. The angel asked, "How did you discover this place?"
Hain stayed quiet.
After a long silence, the angel asked a different question. What connection does everyone have with Jinwoo Sung? No one answered. Hain knew she didn't have to say anything. The creature saw it wasn't getting an answer, so it tried something else. The statue of an angel clicked its fingers, and the hunters who were shouting suddenly stopped making any noise. Suddenly, the large stone statue, and the others stopped, and slowly walked to the back of the cave. The angel statue then opened its hand, and an invisible force pushed Jinchul, who was walking toward Jinwoo, to the ground. Ouch! Jinchul tried very hard to fight against this unseen power, pressing down on him, but he couldn't move at all. Jinchul squeezed his hands tightly and breathed out loudly. The angel lowered its hand. It seemed to see everything in the cave. No matter how hard the people tried to resist, the angel controlled them all. That was the difference between the angel, a powerful being, and humans. There was no way to fix the problem. I will ask again. The angel statue pointed at Jinchul. If you do not answer me this time, I will kill that man, and all of your friends. Okay. Haen nodded. If this could give them more time, it would be a big help. The angel statue watched as she tried to sit up. What is your connection to Jinwoo Sung? We are friends. Why did you come here? She thought for a moment before answering. To help Hunter Sung. The angel smiled at her answer. It seemed these people didn't understand what was really happening. Who was really saving whom now? It was clear. These humans didn't know the truth. The angel was very embarrassed for thinking the king might be planning something with this woman. These people had come to this place because of a human named Jinwoo Sung. The stone angel began to laugh. Then it looked at Hyen. I will give you a chance. What chance? Today one of the powerful rulers will come to this world. I will allow you to see this important event. The statue needed to keep her safe until the king said what he wanted, but she was the only one. It didn't want to let the other people go. Everyone except you. The statue's smile was gone, and it now looked truly wild. We'll die right here. After all, it wasn't right for these unwelcome visitors to be here. When His Highness returned, a voice spoke up from behind him. Says who? Before the angel statue could turn around, a fist hit its face. Bang! The statue crashed into the wall far away. Crash. The impact broke the wall and rocks fell down. Before the angel statue fell, Jinwoo quickly ran forward and grabbed it. Jinwoo touched his chest. It was real. He could feel another heartbeat on the right side. Jinwoo squeezed the statue tightly and growled, "What did you do to me?" It turned out that while he was remembering everything, he had become the Shadow Monarch. At that moment he understood that a magical heart was beating inside him, constantly sending out power. Was he imagining things? He could easily find out. He checked his stats by raising his hand, still holding the statue's neck. Many different numbers were being tracked, including how much magical power he had. The system called this MP, or mana points. MP.09, 43 Jinwoo was very surprised. Over 100,000. He could hardly believe his eyes. The last time he checked his MP, right before entering this dungeon, it was only about 9,000. It was clear something big had happened. His magical power had increased more than 10 times. Then he noticed something else. His rank, the line showing his rank was blinking, like it had changed. Even though Jinwoo hadn't done anything to change it, the rank had been updated. It now read Demon Hunter. Jinwoo hadn't looked at the details before, so he checked them now. Rank Demon Hunter, the requirements had been met. He had remembered how he defeated Balan, a very powerful demon. A powerful force now recognizes me as its master. I received a boost Black Heart which increased my mana by 1,000. The Black Heart is why my mana increased so much. With 100,000 more mana I can create many shadow soldiers again and again. I imagined myself as the Shadow Monarch leading an endless army against the silver soldiers that filled the sky. The enemy soldiers were special. They could keep coming back even after being defeated. This meant they slowly gained an advantage over their opponents. The sky soldiers were powerful, and could fight equally well against a similar-sized army, but they couldn't stop the enemy soldiers from constantly returning. Because of this, the sky soldiers had to pull back and retreat. If help hadn't arrived when it did, the silver soldiers would have been completely destroyed. This was because the Shadow Monarch had a never-ending supply of magical energy, as shown in the records. If that was true, the Black Heart could make his soldiers unable to die. The idea made him feel chills. How did you do that? Jinwoo looked up at the surprised angel. For the first time Jinwoo saw something different on the angel's face. It wasn't a creepy smile or anger. It was fear. The angel was looking at Jinwoo with shock. How are you still aware of things when the Black Heart is inside you? This question made two things clear to Jinwoo. The statue of the angel didn't cause the Black Heart. And this wasn't what it wanted to happen. Crack! Jinwoo squeezed the angel's neck tighter, and lines began to appear on it.
The creator of the statue looked like it hurt. Tell me what were you trying to do to me?
Jinwoo didn't let up, meaning he could break the statue's neck very quickly. The angel didn't seem able to answer questions right now. No way, Shadow Monarch. Do you think the other powerful beings will allow this? The angel statue angrily stared at Jinwoo as it spoke. A cracking sound happened. Jinwoo quickly punched a hole in the statue's neck. He could now break it easily with just a little movement. The angel felt terrible pain. Urge. It made a loud, painful screech. Jinwoo had a lot of questions he wanted to ask. Answer my question. He had passed the test, so he deserved to get the reward that was promised. Instead, a bright red light flashed from the angel. Ah! What the? The other hunters started screaming, so Jinwoo turned to look. Those things, they're coming. The huge statues had moved to a corner of the room before, but now they started moving again, their eyes glowing red. Haha. The angel statue sounded happy with itself. If you defeat me, there will be no one left to control the creatures I command. Will you finish this now? The angel was daring Jinwoo to attack. Beings weaker than others always have flaws, and if Jinwoo was truly human, those flaws could be used against him. He probably had someone he considered a friend among the hunters. What is this? Instead of what the angel expected, Jinwoo smiled. What if I take care of the puppets after I defeat you? The angel statue quickly replied, if you defeat me, then the person who created this system, I've already thought about that. Jinwoo interrupted. He looked at the angel just like the angel looked at people. You know, he said, even if the person who created everything disappeared, I don't think everything would fall apart. Jinwoo was challenging what the statue said. He understood things the statue had left out on purpose. The angel had been sloppy and forgotten why it had picked him in the first place. He was very good at finding ways around the rules. Well, it looks like you made me do this. The angel statue made one final move. Beep. Access to the main computer was not allowed. Access to the main computer was not allowed. Access to the main computer was not allowed. Beep. Beep. The sound went off many more times, but the same message kept showing up. Access to the main computer was not allowed. The angel statue stopped moving. It tried to trick the system, but it didn't work. When Jinwoo didn't react, the angel struggled against his hold. You mean person? Adela. It didn't seem willing to give Jinwoo any answers. If it wouldn't answer, then there was no reason to keep it alive. Jinwoo let go of the angel's neck, and quickly punched it with all his power. Boom. His punch went right through the statue, and made a large hole in the wall behind it. Whoosh, everything became quiet around him. An injury for an injury, a life for a life. Jinwoo gave a punishment that fit what the angel had done wrong. The statue's head and the top half of its body were completely destroyed. What was left slowly fell down the wall. It's too bad he didn't get any answers. But the angel had been deceiving Jinwoo from the beginning. So how could he trust anything, it said. This is enough. He brushed off his left hand as if he were getting rid of any sadness. A loud voice called out to Jinwoo, Hunter Sung. Oh yes. Jinwoo turned around. He was so focused on the angel that he forgot about the other statues. They were attacking people because of the puppeteer's last orders. Hunter Sung, Chugong called for Jinwoo while using magic to protect everyone. Bang! Jinchul fell after being hit in the chin. He tried to stop his legs from shaking and looked around. He saw blood and sweat flying from the other hunters. He couldn't think clearly for a moment. What was happening? Then he remembered. By the time he understood what was going on, the statue was standing right in front of him. Jinchul realized something very heavy had hit him. It was a book so thick it seemed like many encyclopedias put together. Because it was made of stone, it's no surprise his head was spinning. Could a book really be used as something to hurt someone? He remembered seeing a similar question on a TV show about law and couldn't help but smile, even though he felt terrible. He didn't have enough strength to block or move away from the heavy book, and he definitely didn't have energy to fight back. Jinchul could only smile sadly and give up. Suddenly a loud crash. The statue broke in half and fell to the side. What was that? Jinchul quickly paid attention again. His eyes blinked, and he shook his head when a man he knew came to stand beside him. Are you all right? Oh, Jinchul was surprised. It was Jinwoo. He was shocked, and could hardly ask his question. Did you really do that with just your hands? We can talk about it later. Jinwoo ran away, leaving his friend behind. He looked around until a shiny gleam of metal caught his eye. It was his missing dagger. He had found it. Jinwoo reached out for the blade, using his special ability to bring it into his hand. It felt good to hold the dagger again. He quickly kicked aside a statue that was in his way, and then started breaking the other statues. He took a deep breath as he continued. He was the only one who could move quickly while everything else seemed to slow down. He disappeared, and all the other hunters could see where the statues breaking apart. Quick strikes. 4 enemies fell to the ground at the same time. The hunters Jinwoo had saved from being seriously hurt just stood there, surprised. What Jinchul walked over and quietly said. He really takes your breath away, doesn't he? Yes. The hunters all agreed. I feel the same way, even though Jinchul had seen Jinwoo fight many times. He was still amazed. A slightly sad expression appeared on Manager Wu's face as he lit a cigarette. One of the team watching nearby walked closer. Manager Wu, shouldn't we be doing something? What do you mean? Hunter Sung is battling the monsters and the team members stopped talking as they really looked at Jinwoo. Whoa. Jinchul put a cigarette in the hunter's mouth and lit it. Do you think there's enough space for us out there? No sir then. Let's stay out of the way and smoke. Yes sir. Other hunters who had been watching Jinwoo with respect came to stand around Jinchul. He soon ran out of cigarettes. Then Jinchul's nose started to feel strange. I don't know how many times I almost died here. The statues had seemed impossible to beat, so he was very happy to see Jinwoo succeed on his own. Manager Wu. Are you sad? No, not at all. My eyes are burning. Oh, mine too. Me too. Same here. There was so much smoke in the air that everyone's eyes were watering. Suddenly, Ki-hoon stopped the big punch with his shield and groaned. He struggled to stay standing. His legs almost gave way. He didn't have anyone to help him get better, so he had to keep fighting even though he was really hurt. He felt like he couldn't take much more. Help, he called out. He looked around for his teammates and saw them standing together, relaxed. What was going on? They weren't coming to help him even though he was working so hard to protect them. He was doing his best and they weren't even trying to help him when he needed it. Angry, Ki-hoon shouted. What are you all doing? The other hunters pointed upwards. He thought it was a warning that something else was going to attack, so he raised his shield and got ready. But nothing happened. Ki-hoon suddenly realized how quiet it was. What was going on now? He carefully looked from under his shield, and saw that all the stone statues were broken. What Ki-hoon was very surprised and lowered his shield.